right now.
4-time Angler of the Year.
Oh my gosh, I'm shaking like a leaf.
Former FOW Cup champion.
That's what I'm talking about.
God has blessed me so tremendously in my career.
Welcome back to David Dudley Outdoors, and again, I can't say it enough. This has been a very exciting series for me, and the comments that you guys are leaving in have been incredible. You guys are opening up thoughts of to me that I never really had given thought. Guys, I take for granted a lot of this knowledge that I have in my head, and just by listening to you guys through the comments, I'm able to learn a little bit more about what you want to hear, questions you may have. You guys have inspired me to do more videos. I have no idea how far we're going to go in this series. It's been an exciting series. So if you just now joining us, thank you for joining us here on David Dudley Outdoors, where we are just talking about how to become a successful angler. How do you become one of the top anglers in the world? We've talked everything from chess to stress to fishing scared, and today and a lot more. I know I got out of order of some of the videos, but you can definitely go back, watch some of these videos. If you're just now watching this video for the first time, go back, check the videos, because they're going to be labeled step 1, 2, 3, 4. This may be your first video watching, and I don't know where in order this one is, but you probably need to go back and start at 1 and go all the way through. And again, guys, if you have enjoyed this video or these series of videos, or you might know somebody young who's inspiring, share this video with them, guys. Share it with them. Let them know that, you know, I'm giving them like almost a blueprint on things they can think about on how to become a successful tournament fishing angler. Okay, so today's subject is going to be the should-haves. Okay, why would you even say that, David? The should-haves. What do you mean by should-haves, and how does that affect you on the water? Right? Where do we begin with this? How many times have you seen somebody come in and say, I should have won the tournament. I should have, I should have had 19 pounds today, but I lost a 6-pounder. I should have went to this area first instead of last. I should have. You guys get where I'm going. The should-haves. The should-haves that everybody has thrown out there. You know, you're back at the motel and I should have done this. I should have done that. And it's almost like dwelling on bad situations, which is not healthy to do, right? If you're constantly talking about should-haves and the thought of what it could have been or what if, eventually that's going to take a toll on your mind. And as a tournament angler, it is so important to keep a clear mind, take what is dealt at you, and learn how to deal with it, and which is what I'm going to explain here in the rest of this video. I want you guys to understand, how do you overcome the should-haves? What should have you done better? What should have happened in this situation is really what I want you to understand. So the should-haves. We all know that, and I want to talk to you a little bit about before we go into. I want to bring you back. As a lot of you know, I love the game of racquetball. I really do. I love the game of racquetball. And tennis, to me, and racquetball fall along the same parallels, right? It's amazing to me how you can watch a game of tennis or in the racquetball court, and you watch them beat them 6 games in a row. 6 games. Match, set, point, done. it's over. Clearly, this guy is way better than this guy, right? He just beat him 6 games to nothing. This guy just stunk it up. Ho, 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 ho. This is what's so cool about this game. Then you watch the next match go on, and this guy just beat this guy 6-love. Hold on, it's something bipolar happen here? What just happened? How did this guy just not even battle it out? How did this guy just beat this guy 6-0 when he clearly just whooped him and beat him 6-0? Racquetball is the same way. But what happens is that is a pure example of how much mental of a game that tennis and racquetball is, and how much mental. And I'm bringing this to you to help you understand that if you dwell on should have. So, for an example, there's a lot of exchange going on in a tennis game, right? What do you mean by that? In a tennis game, you have, a lot of back and forth or racquetball. You hit it, the opponent hits it. Boom, 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 boom. And each hit is like a different angle, a different strategy. You might be leading him into a position to where you can do the kill shot. You just don't know how that game is being played. Both of you are putting strategy in it. But it's a lot of exchange. But if you allow yourself to get upset, in racquetball, it's a game to 15. So there's going to be a lot of interchange in it, okay? If I made a bad shot on point 3, I made even a bad shot during the exchanges, and I turn around and I let that bother me, and I dwell on that, and I think, and I get mad at myself for that, you can take that situation and say, I should have had that corner shot in the racquetball court, or I should have hit it a soft return on his serve instead of coming back at him hard. But you can't, in the should have moment, I've seen so many anglers come back and all they can say is should have, should have, should have, should have, should have. And I want to be shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up. I don't want to hear it. It's not that I don't want to hear their story, and I enjoy hearing stories from anglers. I got a lot of should have moments in my career too. But I enjoy hearing that, but it's how you overcome the should haves. And what I'm warning you about is this. Within your professional tournament career and in mine, you're going to have lots of should haves. But it's controlling the should haves is what's going to make you become one of the top anglers in the world. Now, how do you control a should have? Basically, it's being prepared for the move before you see the move. So in a game of tennis, you may see him angle himself a certain way. Like he could turn his body this way. I already see the move before he even makes the shot, and I'm already headed in that direction. Well, people who are surprised at the return that he did was not prepared in reading that opponent. How does that translate into fishing? Fishing is we all know we're dealing with a critter who's got this brain the size of a fingernail. How do you prepare yourself for the move before the move, right? Of course, number one, you're going to be looking at the weather, right? Another thing could be you shouldn't have been using 6-pound test and skipping it under the dock at a huge bass fishery. You shouldn't have been using 25-pound test with that crankbait because it wasn't getting down. You should not have been using a size 4 treble hook when you could have got away with a size 3 treble hook. You should have been more prepared. So it's seeing the opponent, could be a dull hook. You're looking at that opponent that should have been taken care of beforehand. I should have seen that. I should have read his body motion and knew where he was going to go with that shot. I should have seen the weather coming and knew at 10 o'clock it was going to be cloudy. And instead of me, and I should take a pop R and go to the bank throwing topwater. Instead, it took me to 12 o'clock to go there and do it. So they come back and go, I didn't pick up a topwater bait till 1 o'clock in the afternoon. And man, if I would have had more time, then I bet you I could have caught a 20-pound bag. Oh, what the truth of the matter was, dude, it got cloudy at 10 o'clock. I already saw that in the weather app. I already saw my opponent coming. I saw my opponent, the weather, what it was going to do. And at 10 o'clock, I was already throwing a pop R, and I caught 2 more 4-pounders, and you didn't, and I got there. But you're going to hear that should haves. Now, should haves can also be motivating to you. They can also be encouraging to you. Just like in the game of racquetball, we're going to lose points all the way through it. You're going to make bad casts. You're going to lose a 3-pounder here. You're going to lose a keeper here. You're going to break off a fish here. But you can't dwell on it. You just can't. Okay? You can't. You can't. It's okay to release anger, right? We know Jesus, when he came in, he took that table and was like, whoosh, in the temple. He flipped it. He flat out flipped that thing wide open. You think he won't mad? Huh? You think he didn't have a little bit of anger? But it's channeling that anger towards a positivity situation. It's channeling that anger towards turning it into a positive. So how do you do that as an angler? Guys, for me, you've probably seen passion flow through me on TV. You've seen me react in certain ways on TV. Yes, that's pure. That's pure. There's nothing false about when I get mad, I'm mad. But it's just like on the racquetball court. If I make a bad shot and I lose 0.9, and I realize I could have done better, I'm going, everybody handles their passion in different ways. But you've got to learn how to channel that into positivity. Because if you enter this professional world and you're so uptight and you're so just, unprepared for the should-haves, you're probably not going to be as successful as you could be, okay? The should-haves have their time and place in the fishing world to talk about it. It's good to talk about some of that stuff, but we all know that guy, and you could probably tag him down below. No, I'm just kidding. Don't do that. We all know those guys who always come in and have these should-have stories. But basically, guys, this is your living. You want to make a top angler out of this? You want to become one of the top ones in the world? I don't want to hear should-haves, because basically that's not, a lot of that is not reading your opponent. Now, granted, there are a few things in fishing that are out of your control. You skip behind a dock and you didn't see the cable that was underneath the water from high water, and he went over there and he sliced you and cut you off, and you realize there was a cable. I mean, there is some stuff, guys, that are in fishing that are kind of out of control or in what you're looking forward to. But for the most part, should-haves are something that should be out of your vocabulary. You should be very prepared in combating the should-have moments, and I promise you will become a better angler. Guys, check out fishermancentral.com. They have so many baits and tackle. Their warehouse is incredible. Check them out online, fishermancentral.com. You can find all your fishing needs there. Guys, thank you for your support. And again, guys, hit the notification button if you've enjoyed this series. Share them with the people that we got high school and college level kids all over the place, and even older people who are wanting to make a run at this. If you enjoyed this series, share it with them. Hit the thumbs up button. It encourages us to keep going with these series. Comment below. I will read them. And guys, thank you for your support. Thank you for everything you've done. And I'm out.